You leave a hangout. Nothing bad happened. People laughed. You smiled. You said the right things. But the moment you get home, you feel strangely empty. Not sad, not angry, just drained. And the confusing part is this: how can being around people you like feel so exhausting? Visual: person closing apartment door and leaning against it. What if the tiredness isn't coming from people at all? What if it's coming from something invisible you're doing the entire time? 2. Problem deep dive. You might know this feeling well. Before meeting people, you feel normal, sometimes even excited. But during the conversation, a quiet process begins. You start checking yourself. Did I talk too much? Was that joke weird? Should I say something now? Do I look awkward being quiet? Was that reaction too cold? So while everyone else seems present, part of your mind is backstage, managing the performance. Visual: theater stage lights, turning on in empty room. You are speaking, listening, reacting, but also monitoring tone, posture, timing, eye contact, facial expression, and how you're being perceived. That split attention costs energy. Then later, when you're alone, the replay starts. Why did I say that? Did they notice I was nervous? Do they secretly think I'm boring? A simple coffee meetup becomes a 3-hour mental event. Over time, this changes identity. You begin to think, maybe I'm antisocial. Maybe I'm boring. Maybe I just hate people. But often, that isn't true. You may not be tired of people. You may be tired of performing around them. And there's a reason the mind learns to do this. 3. Reframe. You are not broken. You are adapted. Somewhere along the way, your brain learned that social spaces require caution. Maybe you were judged often. Maybe you were misunderstood. Maybe being too much got criticized. Maybe being quiet got noticed in painful ways. So your nervous system built a strategy. Watch yourself carefully. Stay likable. Avoid mistakes. Stay safe. Visual: child silhouette watching others from distance. This is not weakness. It is intelligence used for protection. The problem is that strategies built for old environments often stay active in new ones. So now, even safe conversations can trigger the same internal monitoring system. Your brain is still guarding doors that no longer need guards. And that's where the exhaustion begins. 4. Psychological mechanism. Here's what's happening underneath. Your brain has limited attentional energy. Think of attention like phone battery power. Every task running in the background drains it. Most people use social energy on one main task: connection. But if you're self-monitoring, your brain runs multiple hidden apps at once. How do I look? What do they think? What should I say next? Am I being weird? Visual: phone screen with many apps draining battery. This pulls resources from the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain used for decision making, language, emotional regulation, and working memory. That means conversation feels harder because you're using the same system to talk and to evaluate yourself. Then, the amygdala, the brain's threat detector, may stay slightly activated. Not full panic, just low-level alertness, like a smoke alarm that's too sensitive. No fire in the room, but it still keeps scanning. When threat systems are active, the body spends energy on vigilance. Heart rate shifts, muscles tense slightly, cortisol can rise. You may look calm outside, while your nervous system is quietly paying a tax inside. A simple mental model: connection mode versus surveillance mode. Connection mode asks, what's happening between us? Surveillance mode asks, how am I being judged? The first creates energy. The second consumes it. And many people switch into surveillance mode without realizing it. So the real question is not, why am I tired? It may be, why is my mind guarding me in places where I want to relax? 5. Practical framework. You do not fix this by forcing yourself to socialize more. You shift the mode your brain enters while socializing. Step 1. Move attention outward. Before meeting someone, choose one external focus. Maybe it's their tone, maybe it's the room, maybe it's genuine curiosity about their day. Why it works. Attention is competitive. When you direct focus outward, there is less bandwidth left for self-surveillance. Example, during lunch with a friend, instead of asking, "How am I coming across?" ask, "What emotion is in their voice right now?" Visual, coffee table conversation, focus sharpening outward. Step 2. Lower the perfection standard. Most social exhaustion comes from trying to be frictionless. No awkward pauses, no wrong words, no strange moments. But natural connection includes tiny imperfections. Why it works. When the brain stops chasing impossible precision, threat levels decrease. The nervous system reads imperfection as survivable. Example, you pause mid-send,